Good evening, hi. Welcome to our presentation tonight. I'm Dr. Birkenstock, owner of Skin Body Health in Mandeville, Louisiana and New Orleans, Louisiana. We also do presentations and live events in Alabama and Florida. We welcome you to call us. We do serve people nationwide. We've got a 1-800 number and we can serve you through FaceTime, Zoom, or what have you. So if you'd like to be a part of our intimate client family, we'd love to have you. We talk about various topics, anywhere from anti-aging, Botox, beauty, Botox for guys, menopause, andropause for men, hair restoration, and the like. Right now, tonight, I'd like to concentration on some of the things that we don't think of when we grab for everyday garden variety foods. So, did you know that eating processed meat is linked to developing 44% increased rate of dementia? So that's a pretty outstanding number. And is this just a guesstimate or something that we think? No. In the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, there were scientists over at the University of Leeds in England, and what they found when they studied nearly 50,000 people was that consuming 25 grams, which is about an ounce of processed meat per day, is linked to a 44% increased risk of dementia, Alzheimer's, and cognitive decline. Well, what could that amount to? That's about 3 slices of bacon, or an ounce or small portion of sausage, hot dogs. So things like bacon, hot dogs, beef jerky, sausages, and deli meats. So we would like you to stop putting things like this sausage, doesn't matter if it's Cajun sausage, deer sausage, or any kind of sausage. This sausage, in any of its varieties, is linked to dementia because it's used with chemicals, and what those chemicals do is preserve it, process it, and they could use smoked forms. They smoke it, they use chemicals, salt it, and cure it. And all of those things, unfortunately, we did not know years ago were linked to increased risk of dementia and even cancer. So what we're finding now is that foods that we used to eat every day, like the hot dogs and the beef jerky and the good old American sausage, as well as hams, aren't good for your brain. So what can we do about that? There's plenty of things that we can do. Because new research shows that if you feed the brain better foods, you can reverse some of the damage that was done. In addition to exercise, because exercise causes new neurons, which are little cells in the brain, to wire and fire and reactivate and rebirth. Years ago, we thought that once brain damage occurred, it was an automatic thing and you were a goner. Not so much tonight. What we know in this day and age with our current studies is there are some simple things that you can do. Exercise and eating better, getting the processed meats and foods out of your life, and you can get a lot healthier. So let's talk about a few of those foods and some supplements that you might be interested in that can absolutely help the almighty brain. Because what good does it do you to grow old if you can't grow old gracefully? We want to help you increase your longevity and your vitality. And you can do that with eating right, exercising, taking proper supplements, and taking just great care of yourself. Isn't that what it's all about? So, number 1 would be blueberries. So blueberries, and really any form of berry, but blueberries being the top best, they're full of antioxidants. And in the annuals of neurology, it was shown that they did a study on older ladies, and the older ladies that had a significant amount of blueberries, and we're talking about 4 to 6 ounces per day, they delayed cognitive decline or memory loss, severe memory loss, by 2.5 years. I'll take those 2.5 years with a few of these little gorgeous blueberries, wouldn't you? Greens, number 2. So whether it's Brussels sprouts, kale, spinach, cabbage, Celery. The greens are major. They're a major factor in terms of turning back the hands of time for brain and neurofunctioning. So the cabbage, the kale, the collards, there's always a study, but those who participated in a heavy green diet, doesn't mean totally vegetarian at all, but had some greens every day, had a delayed decrease in mental decline by 11 years. 11 years. So by far, greens are our very best friend. 11 years is a whole long period of time for just having a little small portion of some sort of greens in your daily diet. So enjoy your greens, please. Number 3 would be coffee. So coffee, it's been a sinner and it's been a saint. But what we know today is that the benefits of coffee far outweigh any problems we thought that coffee caused us in the past. So there was a study done in Sweden that showed that those who did not drink coffee had an increased risk of stroke. Increased risk of stroke if you didn't drink coffee. So enjoy your coffee. There's a 20% decreased risk in stroke if in mid-age you drink 2 to 4 cups of coffee every day. And that might sound like a lot, and you don't have to do 2 to 4, but you may want to consider doing some. And can you do decaf? Will you get the same benefit? No, you won't, but you'll get 75% as much of the benefit. So you lose a little bit to going to decaf, but if the caffeine bothers you, by all means go to the decaf, because you can still get all of the beneficial properties of coffee, of whether it's pure coffee, coffee and chicory, or the decaf. Now, I particularly like the coffee and chicory. I was born down south in Louisiana, and that's just a very local, loved flavor in our community. But chicory really is a prebiotic. So, a prebiotic. What do we know about prebiotics? The prebiotics are fertilizer for probiotics, and they help keep our leaky gut tight. And a tight gut is a healthy gut, and it chases away bad bacteria and yeast, and it keeps the good bacteria and yeast, which is so important for all of our immune system, because there are a lot of immune receptors that live right there in our belly. So we want the inulin, and the inulin comes from the chicory in the coffee and chicory product. Now, you don't have to drink coffee and chicory, but try it because you might just like it. Going on to our 4th is tea. So green tea and white tea in particular are the least processed, contain the most antioxidants, and are just proven to increase longevity by increasing the circulatory pathways, vasodilating the blood vessels, which increases flow to the brain, just like coffee. So in the countries that drink the most tea, like China, you're going to see some of those what we called beautiful aging 100-year-olds and 100 plus. So drink your tea, exercise, and eat right. So that's the good and almighty green and white teas. Number 5 would be legumes. So legumes, whether it's in the form of Louisiana-style red beans or lentils, peas, garbanzo beans, black-eyed peas, any of the beans or legume family are wonderful for anti-aging. The more legumes people ate, the longer they live. This has been proven. So even just 2 tablespoons every day with any of the different legume types is associated with an 8% reduction in risk of death. So 2 tablespoons, I live longer by 8%. That's pretty easy on just eating a little bit of legumes and beans every day. And down south, we normally have red beans and rice on Mondays, but enjoy them any day. They're so good for us. They're full of folate, otherwise known as B9, iron, magnesium, and potassium. So they're just a wonderful overall food. Now, I will make mention to soybeans, tofu are a little controversial. Yes, they're a legume, and yes, you'll find them in some of the recommendations as healthy foods. However, there are some other studies, and I certainly believe that soy is controversial. Why? Because it aggravates the thyroid, it aggravates the sex hormones, and so there are so many other options in beans. I quite frankly stay far away from soybeans, edamame, soy sauce, etc. And again, they also aggravate the thyroid gland and cause inflammation. Next, your omega fatty acids. So you can get omega fatty acids from beautiful fatty fish like salmon, tuna, mackerel, and also from seeds. So sunflower seeds, almonds, walnuts are a great opportunity to get some jam-packed omega-3 from. Now, in the seed variety, the body has to convert them to the omega-3s. So the fish variety is the best form to get it. You want that high DHA, EPA. So when you're looking for a fish oil supplement, make sure it's a high EPA, high DHA, and not just 1,200 milligrams of fish oil, etc., etc. Because what the front of the label says isn't always what your product contains. So let me digress a moment. We've got our Mega Pure Fish Oil, and it's got 700 of DHA and 800 of EPA. And it's got your GMP seal of approval, and that GMP seal of approval ascertains or clarifies that it's made in an FDA-approved facility. So you know what's printed on the label is exactly what's in the bottle. Medical grade fish oil, excellent for memory, mood, attention, so it's great as a natural ingredient or improvement for ADD. So you can't eat enough fish and nuts to get your proper amount of fish oil every day. So I do recommend one fish oil at night. If you've got high triglycerides or low HDL cholesterol, it's going to absolutely help and improve those too. You can see that in your blood work. The change, the improvement in your HDL, and the coming down of your triglycerides, which is one of your bad cholesterols. We'll revisit that later. We are running a special on Omega Pure and melatonin. In a moment, I'll tell you why. So, the DHA and EPA in fish and fish oil and our omega-3 seeds and nuts are absolutely beneficial to the brain, cognitive decline, and focus, as we were saying. Number 7 would be red grapes. So our local store was out of red today, so we're substituting these beautiful green grapes, which of course still have antioxidants and vitamin C. So if you can't find your reds, by all means get your greens or your blacks. But by and large, your red grapes are the best grape because they contain resveratrol. So not only are they an antioxidant which causes down inflammation, inflammation makes us fat, it ages us on the inside and out. So it ages our body, our brain inflammation, and ages our skin. So the resveratrol in the red grapes, and maybe just a little tiny sip of red wine, is so wonderful for its antioxidant nature, and the resveratrol, which is absolutely anti-aging. Last but not least is turmeric. So please put some turmeric in your foods, or I do have an inflammation recipe, which is just a little cocktail mixture of sorts, and it doesn't have any adult beverages in it, but it's got cranberry, tart cherry juice, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and the like. We'll post that recipe. It should be on our website already. But turmeric is just an overall wonderful anti-aging. Did you know turmeric, which is very famous in India, and they use it in most of the Indian dishes, India has the lowest rate of Alzheimer's disease in the entire world. And that's dedicated to the usage of turmeric in their recipes and turmeric intake. Sometimes they will put it on a little dash on a little teaspoon, or in like some of these anti-inflammatory homemade mixture liquids that you can make, or as I call them, cocktails, which are just wonderful for the brain. Turmeric is actually known as the miracle compound. So its ability to prevent and even help and reverse the aging of the brain has been noted, and it increases blood flow to the brain. Well, what else can increase blood flow to the brain? Well, melatonin. So you've heard me tout the benefits of melatonin. It's great for sleep. It's harmless. It absolutely does not have the side effects of any of your Ambiens or Lunestas or temazepam, Desaril, or any of the other sleeping agents, benzodiazepines like Xanax, Valium, etc., that you might be taking to help sleep. And we all get desperate when you're not getting good quality sleep. But melatonin is there to help you sleep, and even if you sleep fine, I want you to take it anyway. Why? Because melatonin reverses the aging process of the brain, and it not only prevents aging in the brain, prevents Parkinson, prevents strokes, prevents Alzheimer's. If you've got the beginning stages of any of these, even a traumatic brain disorder like the athletes or unfortunate traumas can get to the brain, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, stroke, brain injuries, brain traumatic disorder can partially be reversed with medical grade melatonin taken ongoing every night. So even if you sleep like a baby, take a small amount of melatonin, because it's going to preserve that beautiful brain that is going to give us longevity and vitality. And we want to remember everything about this wonderful journey of life that we're on. So if you don't know much about us, I'm Dr. Birkenstock of Dr. Birkenstock Skin Body Health. We have a YouTube channel, and we've been on YouTube many years now. So you can go visit us there at Dr. Birkenstock Skin Body Health on YouTube. We're live always with our webinars on TikTok, Instagram, and we have 2 Facebook pages, Dr. Birkenstock and Kelly G. Birkenstock. So like and share us to get into a drawing. Tonight we'll be giving away a complimentary medical grade melatonin, Dr. Birkenstock Skin Body Health melatonin. If you want to buy our bundle tonight, we've got our omega fish oil, which is more potent than anything you'll find in Vitamin Shop, GNC, Walgreens, Whole Foods, and the like. Medical grade, high DHA, high EPA fish oil. GMP seal of approval, so you know it's a medical grade product. And melatonin. If you buy the combination Omega Pure Fish Oil and melatonin, you buy the Omega Pure Fish Oil, we'll send you a melatonin for free. So please like and share us, because perhaps one of your friends or loved one can benefit from some of the information that we bring through our webinars every week. And if you've missed any of our previous webinars, they're all on YouTube at the YouTube channel, Dr. Birkenstock Skin Body Health. You can click the link in our store below, store.skinbodyhealth.com. That's skinbodyhealth.com, and you can go to the store and the website. Just click down on the menu. And each person that shares tonight will be put into a drawing for our combination Omega Pure and melatonin. We'll send you the bundle. None of these products can hurt you, they can only help you. But by all means, before you start something new, especially if you're on a blood thinner, please let your current doctor know. So just to regroup, we're going to tell you one more time about what are the fantastic foods that can help your brain. So turmeric, tea, your omega fatty acids that you get from fish, nuts and seeds, red grapes, coffee, blueberries and all berries, greens in the form of broccoli, kale, spinach, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. And let's not forget, I did mention the almighty tea. So we have a group that improves Alzheimer's and dementia, being turmeric, tea, omega fatty acids, and red grapes. We have a group that's been proven, these are all studies, that are shown to improve cognitive function, which means memory and day-to-day brain recall. That's coffee, blueberries, any berries, your greens, as we mentioned before, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, spinach, and the like. Legumes, which is any of the beans. I love my red beans, but you could do the lentils or black-eyed peas. Red grapes with the resveratrol. Then when we go into just improving general long and short-term memory, coffee, blueberries, and tea. Protecting from mental decline in general, your omega fatty acids, which also improve recall and attention for ADD. Focus as well. Last but not least, the reduced risk of stroke. By all means, they all help, but by and large, the heaviest hitter there is coffee. So, we thank you for watching our program tonight. If you have any questions, you can submit them to skinbodyhealth.com. That's skinbodyhealth.com. You can text us at any time, 985-727-7676. That's 985-727-7676. Please like and share so that we can spread our news amongst the whole communities. We're happy to serve you, whether you're in Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida, which we go and do live shows and have clinics in 2 cities in Louisiana. And also nationwide, we can set you up on a private Zoom connection or what have you. Take care. I'm Dr. Kelly Birkenstock. That's Birkenstock with a U. And it's my pleasure speaking to you tonight. Take care.